Dun dun dun. There is a debate within philosophy and scientific fields about whether or not free will is an illusion. Hey you, you. Welcome to another action-packed adventure of the Law of One with our super channelers of LL Research. Yeah. And welcome today to our super teacher, those of QO. QO, there's a debate within philosophy and scientific fields about whether or not free will is an illusion, with some people believing that we just have the experience of making decisions and the behaviors and actions and circumstances are actually just reaction, action, and reaction set into place at the beginning of the universe. You know, Raw talked about free will being the first distortion, so I get the sense that there might be some truth in the idea that free will is an illusion, as it is a distortion. And I have a feeling that this has something to do with what you were talking about earlier, with the unification of the individual will and the Creator's will. And I was hoping you could just talk to the paradox of the idea of free will being an illusion, but us ultimately having free will. I am QO, and I am aware of your query, my brother. Indeed, free will is what the universe is built upon. For each portion of the one infinite creator that exists because of the free will choice of the creator to know itself has the same free will of the creator. This allows each choice that is made by each entity within the infinite creation to be able to illustrate yet another way for the creator to know itself. When taken in total with the infinity of beings in the infinity of planets in the infinite creation, this information allows the creator to know itself in ways that are more pure, more varied, and more powerful than would have been possible for the creator to know if these entities had not been created. Each entity then, within its own individual experience of moving back into unity with the one creator, has the free will to move on this journey in whatever manner it chooses. Any religion, any philosophy, any thoughts, any way at all may be attempted, may be refined, may be replaced, may be accelerated, may be rested. There is free will in every choice, in every instance, for every entity. Every entity can decide whether or not it believes it has free will. An entity can decide that it does not have free will out of its own free will to make a choice. There are an infinite number of choices that may be made. Some are paradoxical. Some are antithetical to further learning. The entity will learn through trial and error which are which. Each entity then, in the choosing of each motion, each word, each thought, in the moment-by-moment experience in the daily round of activities, is experiencing free will. For there may be a multiplicity of means by which any choice may be manifested. So that when one decides to get dressed for the day, the choice of clothes, have breakfast, the choice of food, the playing with the pet, for how long, driving the car, by what route, going to work, at what job, all choices are a product of free will. It can be said, however, that in the ultimate sense, one cannot choose not to go back into unity with the one Creator, for eventually all entities will find the path back into unity with the one infinite Creator, which each entity is within itself. For all is made of the one infinite Creator. However, this is somewhat more of a semantic problem than an actual problem, for each entity has created its own evolutionary journey within the certain guidelines set forth by the one infinite Creator. Is there a further query, my brother? Yeah, I kind of interpret what you're saying as saying that all of our free will decisions are actually sort of the will of the Creator, in a sense. So I'm wondering, what is the point? Or what is the aspect of the journey at which point we give up individual will and manifest the Creator's will, if our individual will is also the Creator's will? I am QO, and I am aware of your query, my brother. As the seeker of truth moves upon its path of seeking, it is presented with catalysts in the daily round of activities that requires the processing in order that experience may be gleaned from each catalytic experience. This experience then begins to activate each ascending energy center. As catalyst is used in the higher and higher energy centers, there is the opportunity when one reaches the heart energy center to begin to, shall we say, springboard to the higher centers in a manner which allows one to make contact through the indigo ray energy center with intelligent infinity. This intelligent infinity is the one infinite Creator. This Creator resides in all of the creation, within each being, within each seeker, within each moment, and yet has been unable to be discovered by most seekers until a certain time, shall we say, has come about where experience has been gathered sufficiently to move the entity into the indigo and then violet ray energy centers. This contact with intelligent infinity becomes that which blends the microcosm with the macrocosm, the seeker with the one, which it has always been since before time. Thus, at this point, the individual will of the entity, though still available as a potential, or a possibility is given over to the will of the one infinite creator, so that the entity then begins to move about in its daily round of activities as a vessel or vehicle of the one infinite creator, going about the creator's work, shall we say, being cognizant of the need to share the love and the light of the one with all around one. This is a type of illumination that is most rare for entities upon your planet. Although more and more entities are achieving that at this time. You know, the one known as Jesus was able, in his lifetime, as you are aware, to move into this type of experience, where he was able to say that I and my Father are one. When you see me, you see him who sent me. Thus, at this point, the individual consciousness can be set aside, shall we say, and replaced with the greater consciousness, which has its place in the unification of all that seems separate, in the healing of all that seems wounded, in the making whole of all that seems broken. Is there a further query, my brother? I have one last question, QO. Why do you want to talk to us? Why do you want to help us? I am QO and am aware of your query, my brother. And we say, my brother, quite seriously, because many here are our brothers and sisters from our very same home planets that are upon the planet Earth at this time, to be of service to the population of the planet, which is trying as best it can to make the graduation into the fourth density of love and understanding. We have a commitment to those entities who are also of the brothers and sisters of sorrow, as we are, and as are most in this circle, that have taken upon themselves the honor and duty of extending their own type of service into the incarnation upon planet Earth, going through the same forgetting process that each entity does upon this earth, so that it does not know precisely why it is here, or what it is supposed to do. Thus, when we find entities such as this, gathered in circles such as this circle, and are willing to ask us to come to join them, we rejoice at the opportunity of doing so. For we are reuniting with those of our home planet in many cases. For there are many of us upon the planet Earth at this time, and many from other planetary entities within the higher densities that are here upon planet Earth now, attempting to aid in the harvest, which is a difficult harvest. Difficult because there's so much anger and separation upon this planet at this time. So we thank each of you for inviting our presence so that we may do what we dearly desire to do. to share with our brothers and our sisters that love and light which all of you so ardently seek and so completely envelop. And we wish you all the very best on this journey of seeking, for you are the valiant warriors in the spiritual sense. This is a difficult illusion in which to inhabit. It is difficult to see the one creator in every portion of the illusion. It is difficult to see the love that has created the one infinite creation. It is difficult to see the light that is what the creation is made out of. And yet all of these things are true. And we come to share them with you, that you may use them as your rod and your staff as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death on planet Earth at this time. It is that walk that you shall continue to walk upon until the light of the fourth density beams brightly about everyone upon the planet, and there is the opportunity for each entity to move into harmony and unity with that light, love, and power of the one infinite creator. In that love, light, and power, we shall now take our leave of this instrument and this group, thanking each of you, as always, for inviting our presence. It has been an honor to be with you. We leave you now. We are those of QO, Adone Avasu Baragas.